Hey guys, Fun and Neutral. I just wanted to share with you guys my new exhaust for my Honda Trail125. I finally did it. I really debated doing it whether or not I should, and I just said what the hell. I got the Honda Yoshimura Magnum GP, and here it is. It's a great looking exhaust. It still has a little bit of retro looks to it, a little tiny bit of current looks to it. I chose carbon fiber with mine. There's quite a few videos of this on YouTube if you want to check those out as well. But the fit and finish of this pipe is beautiful. I wouldn't expect anything less from Yoshimura. The carbon fiber heat shield right here that you see does not come stock with the pipe. You have to buy that extra. I purchased mine and the exhaust from WeBike. Couldn't find anywhere in the United States that had it in stock. As far as installation, it went on really easy. I was kind of worried because the instructions were in Japanese. Luckily, us guys are pretty much visual learners, and I looked at the instructions that were included. I watched a bunch of videos. The only pain in the ass that I had wasn't Yoshimura's fault. First of all, it was mine for being, not mechanically inclined. But my exhaust guard. So Yoshimura sends you bits that go with their bracket over here, and I thought that was what I was supposed to use, and I could use it with this. I couldn't, so I ended up having to use the stock screw thing to be able to still use my exhaust guard. I didn't realize that's what it was gonna take, so I thought I had to drill out this hole more, so I spent like half hour wasting my time drilling this out. Obviously I didn't need to because I was going to be using this screw again. It was a cluster. Then I had to paint it and put some clear coat on it, since I drilled out a hole for no reason behind that thing. Anyway, after that I lost one of my washers. The very last screw and washer I had to put on was this one, and the washer behind that just disappeared. I thought legitimately a ghost just took it and hid it from me. I finally had to do like a forensic search for it in my garage, looked everywhere, and then finally when I gave up, I laid down on a piece of cardboard to put my skid plate back on. I heard a drop. I heard the washer drop and hit the cardboard. I just lay there and turned around and looked. I had laid down at some point to do something, and I laid on that washer and it was stuck to the side of my neck. Go figure. I just laughed. And then I was like, thank you, God, because little things like that make me lose my mind when I lose bits of hardware. I will say I was kind of surprised when I went to take off the OEM header pipe. I can't touch under there because it's hot, but those header pipe bolts that hold that flange on there, they were, not tight at all. And then the skid plate screws, there's 4 of them, they were definitely not tight at all. So I would encourage you guys just to reach up under there and maybe tighten them a little bit. I threw some Loctite on mine after I was done. And, you should always use Loctite on all the bits on these little bikes because they buzz so much. But I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it was pricey. The pipe and the exhaust was like $550. That little Yoshimura heat shield was $100. Then you got DHL shipping from Japan, which was very, very fast. I must say, I was really impressed. You know, it took them like 4 business days to get here, and that's with that Hurricane Ida tearing up the East Coast, all the ports and the customs and all that. So it was awesome. They're so fast with shipping. Now, we do pay a pretty penny, but here, let's see what it sounds like. Sounds very mellow. It sounds like the Honda Monkey Yoshimura, but on steroids a little bit. I do not have the spark arrestor. I don't even see a place to install one. So this does not have the DB silencer. Let's crank it. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. I'm loving that exhaust, guys. The thought of putting one on without changing the ECU and the air intake, you know, that kind of brings you to looks and sound. On this bike, I'm not expecting to get any speed out of that exhaust. I mean, it just looks really good. And then I was really apprehensive at first because I didn't want to take away from the looks of the bike with the OEM, because to me the OEM exhaust looks really good for this bike. But this looks great too, man. I mean, I'm glad I did it. I'm going to come to a point where I can't do that stuff anymore, and I'd like to get it now and just have it, enjoy it. And one thing I was going to do, I was going to use some copper sealant in this connection point, but I watched quite a few Japanese installation videos and they didn't use any sealant, so I opted not to. I think because we have these dual springs, you know, same thing on the Honda Monkey one. I guess that's part of keeping these two pieces together, you know, keeping them together, not separating, causing an exhaust leak. So no sealant on here for me. I was able to use the header pipe gasket that was already in there, thank God, because I didn't have an extra one laying around. I was just very, very careful taking off the OEM exhaust and inserting the Yoshimura. I was really careful. Made sure to wipe down the whole pipe with alcohol before I heated it up. And besides that, I mean, it streamlines the back of it some. I've felt this after my ride over here to make sure this wasn't heating up. I don't want my plastics melting and burning. That would suck. So I think the angle that the pipe goes out, like kind of like that, is designed to protect your turn signals from melting. I'm going to ride it a bit and let you guys know how it goes. And I'm not expecting any like more horsepower out of it. I expect to enjoy it, enjoy the looks, enjoy the sound. It does sound really good, and riding it, it's not obnoxious. I will say that it's not so loud that it's going to make your neighbors hate you. And it's just it's a very pretty piece. Really sets off the bike well. There are a ton of other exhausts out there to choose from that are cheaper. So look at them all. I'm not saying Yoshimura is better than any of the other ones out there. There's some really cool exhausts for this bike, and I'm glad that the companies are putting them out for us. So the next big thing that I'm going to do bike-wise is I've tracked down some 2-point handguards by Barkbuster, Yeah, the one that have the actual 2 points here and over here. These are just, you know, for the wind. They didn't have the 2 points out when I first, you know, went to get these. They had nothing out. But man, if I broke this, jacked all this up, I wish I had that 2 point. So I'm gonna get it. I got that on order. Once I get that, I'll do an install video. Correction, not an install video. I'll show a video of it on the bike. I don't do good at install videos, guys. Like today's a good example. It took me a good 2.5 hours. No, let's make that 3 hours to get this finally done. You guys would just see me looking all frustrated and puzzled. And, but I got it on and I don't see any major screw ups. So I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. And it's kind of a sunny day here in Florida. As you can see, there's a bit of sunshine over there going to be coming my way. So I need to wrap it up. See ya. Thanks for watching.